everybody, and welcome to Things in My Head. I'm Angel Birch, your host. This is our second show in the New Year's resolutions. You know, those promises that we make every single New Year's, and we do good for probably about a month, and then right after that, we kind of slack off and we go back into our old habits again. This year, I want to help you to try and accomplish your goals. Last week, we did the health and wellness with Rocky Mountain Oils founder Paul Dean, and had great information. If you guys missed that show, need to go back and listen to it because really amazing information. And Rocky Mountain Oils has become a sponsor of our show, so you're going to see a lot more of them on our website at www.thingsinmyheadblog.com. Don't forget to go there and check them out. This week, we are doing a show on the number one New Year's resolution that everybody makes. You always say, I want to get fit. I want to start eating healthy. Well, this is the show that's going to help you do that. We're going to be talking with a certified personal fitness trainer, a certified nutrition coach, Sarah Rosowski. She has a blog called clothedwithstrength.me. Sarah has some amazing information there. We're going to be talking with her right after this.
This is Amy.
Hello.
She was the most disorganized person in the world.
It's okay. I'm okay.
Poor Amy. She could never find anything.
Now where did I put that?
Until that is, she found renewyourspace.com.
Wow. Renewyourspace.com.
At renewyourspace.com, Amy learned how to organize her pantry,
Artichokes? When did I buy that?
her drawers,
Oh, look, clean underwear.
her whole life.
Woohoo!
Now Amy is the most organized person in the world.
Thanks, renewyourspace.com.
And we're back with Sarah Rosowski, who is, like I said before, she is a fitness trainer as well as a nutrition coach. Sarah, welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sarah, I want to find out, from my experience, people don't put nutrition and fitness together unless they have to, really. When they come to you, do they always ask for one or the other?
Generally, when people come to me, they're looking for exercise advice. What can they do to, what moves can they do? What kind of programs can they do to achieve their goals?
Right. And see, that's been my experience when I go and talk to a fitness instructor, you know, at the gym or wherever I'm at. I never think about nutrition. Not until they mention it and they go, oh, yeah, I guess I need to eat right too, huh?
Yep, because I always tell them you can't out-train a bad diet, which it's hard to hear, but so true.
You have another thing that you say, I really like this. Food is the most abused anti-anxiety drug and exercise is the most underused antidepressant. Why would you say that?
I think when people are feeling down and out, the natural thing to do is just kind of curl up in a ball and not deal with it. But the best thing to do is to actually just go out and exercise, because you're going to get the endorphins flowing through your body and it's going to make you feel better. And even if it doesn't resolve the issues that you're facing, it can give you such a better perspective on things. It can clear your mind, all that good stuff.
Tell us a little bit about how you got into this, because from what I understand, you really haven't been in this fitness mode for a long time.
No, really, it's only been the last 2 years or so that I have become really serious about fitness and nutrition. 2.5 years ago, I was a lot heavier than I am now. I was just down and out. I was depressed.
Women tend to get melancholy anyway, like certain times of the month, but I'm assuming that you're saying that that just didn't go away.
Right. That's exactly it. So I started to run because I just felt like I needed to do something to get out of the house. And it was good. But unfortunately, I have bad knees. It just couldn't take for very long. And then finally, my husband mentioned, hey, what if we started lifting weight? And so I said, well, I can't just lay on the couch all the time waiting for my knee to heal, when I knew that my knee probably was never going to get totally better to the point I wanted it to. So we picked out a program and we started going to the gym. I knew nothing about lifting weights.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, we were both deer in the headlights about it, but we went in, we were together, and we just started to lift. And slowly but surely, I got better. My body started to respond to the training, and I was slimming down. And I realized, wait a minute, I can do this. I started to put more focus in my training, and I've gotten so much better in strength. My body composition has improved immensely. And because of all of that, my confidence has gone through the roof. I I have more control of my emotions.
Well, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, Sarah, and to my listeners is because of your story. You know, there's so many people out there, and myself included. I put myself in this category where you tend to get into your routines and you eat, and some of us, we tend to stress eat. When that happens, you don't realize how much you're eating, and you don't realize how sedimentary you are. You end up on the couch watching TV, and, you know, you just don't realize how long you're sitting there, and before you know it, you've ballooned up to 200 plus pounds, and, you know, you're like, what happened? You're the perfect person to let us know how to get out of the funk.
Well, so many people talk about, very common, is that I want to exercise, but I just don't have the motivation. I know people don't like to hear this, but the truth of it is that ultimately you have to create your own motivation. And that means that you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow at 4:30. I don't care how I feel.
Right.
I'm going to go into that gym and I'm going to do what I need to do, even if it's just 10 minutes. You know, I promise myself 10 minutes. And if it's not working, I leave.
So just anything to make that effort is what you're saying, to get off the couch and do something.
Yeah, even if it's just, okay, I'm going to walk to the end of the neighborhood, or I'm going to walk a mile. And if I don't feel any better after a mile, I'm going to go home or whatever.
I think my thing would be I'll walk to the end of the block, and if I can do that, I'm going to be really good. One of the things that you mentioned, your knees, and I want to bring that up because a lot of people who are overweight have previous injuries, and knees are a big one. I hear that a lot, especially from women where they have bad ankles or bad knees, and they're worried about re-injuring themselves. When you're starting a fitness program, what is the best advice you can give someone like us who, you know, we're just afraid of injuring ourselves?
The key is start slow and start small. Walk to the end of your block, and when you're comfortable doing that, walk to the end of the next block and just keep doing that. If you want to weight train, you can start with the machines, start at low weights, keep feeling how you feel, and if it's good, go up.
Those machines and things that you see at the gym, they're all pretty much upper body, aren't they?
Yeah, there are a lot of them are upper body, but I do, when it comes to knees and other like legs, women carry most of their strength in their legs, as opposed to men, which is upper body. That they say that for every pound that you lose, it's 5 pounds off your knees.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Because of the impact that of walking and climbing and what all that other stuff. So a big thing
that's crazy.
It is, and a big thing you can do for your knees is to just lose weight, and then to also train the muscles that support your knees so that you have more control and the muscles are holding your knee together.
Okay, so what muscles would that be?
Like your quadriceps, which are in the front of your leg, and your hamstrings, which are in the back. Just basically your entire leg, your calf muscles, everything that's going to be connected to your knee, you want to train it to make it stronger, and that's going to really help with knee pain.
What about someone who is overweight, maybe even obese, and they've pretty much been a couch potato? It's hard not only to get that motivation, but you're tired. You know, how do you get past that, being tired, just to even get the motivation?
Once again, I think it just comes down to start small and build from there. My husband knew a lady who was morbidly obese, but she knew she needed to do something to get better. And so the first thing she did is she would just stand up and she would just shuffle her feet back and forth. And she would do that. The first time was like 5 minutes, and she was exhausted and covered in sweat. But she kept doing that for a while until that got easy. And then she started to walk. Now she has lost all her weight and she runs and races.
How much weight can someone expect to lose in a week? I mean, what's a healthy thing? We've heard anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds. People watch shows like The Biggest Loser, and they're losing 15, 20 pounds in a week, you know, and I think we get a little discouraged when we see shows like that and we see things like that, and we're losing 2 pounds. What can someone expect?
A healthy weight loss rate is 1 to 2 pounds a week.
Oh, so really is 1 to 2 pounds.
Yes, it is. So, yeah, 1 to 2 pounds a week is a healthy speed for losing weight. The slower you lose it, as you are creating good habits of eating and exercise, you are more likely to keep it off because it is sustainable, it's balanced. You're more likely to keep up with the habits even after you achieve your goal. The quick diets, you're more likely to gain it all back.
So what do you think about these diets like Weight Watchers, E-Diets, Atkins, all of these? You know, some of them I think are kind of fad diets. That the whole not eating carbs, I think I would die. I mean, I got to have cheesecake at least once in a while.
I don't like the idea of eliminating any food groups, but everybody is different. If you actually have a food allergy, such as gluten, if you're celiac or whatnot, then that is a good choice for you. But generally, I think a balanced nutrition plan is going to have all the food groups in it. And a lot of the diets out there that ask you to eliminate a food group, people do it looking for quick results and such. And it's not a good idea, and it's not sustainable. Because my big thing is I want to help people create a lifestyle that is sustainable, that they can continue on even after they reach their goals.
Right. That's the thing, is I think people want the microwave solution, but then they realize later on that maybe the microwave solution gets cold really fast.
Right.
Just keep that in mind, listeners. So, Sarah, what do you think about this? The FDA has changed the food pyramid now that we're talking about food and a balanced diet. Growing up, I won't tell you how old I am, but let's just say that when I was growing up, they had just developed the food pyramid. And that was a big thing. We were taught the food pyramid, and we were taught so many vegetables and so many dairy and so many, starch and things like that. And eggs were dairy and all of this. And now they've got this plate. Did they do that just for kids? I mean, was this just so that kids could understand this better, or did they really change the whole food pyramid?
Well, I don't really personally completely agree with the My Plate, because I think it allows for enough protein in your diet. I think it does not allow for enough fat in your diet, because we are still recovering from the low fat period of time. There's a lot of truth when people say eat fat to lose fat. A lot of these government programs are still stuck in the low fat phase.
But it depends on the type of fat that you eat, right? I mean, you're not going to go out and have ice cream because it has fat in it.
No. I'm talking about the healthy fats such as almonds, olive oil, grapeseed oil, coconut.
Okay. So healthy fats, don't eliminate a food group. We have so much flack today about school lunches not being healthy, and they're following this My Plate scenario, and yet our kids are malnourished. What do you do as a parent to combat that?
I mean, I think the best way as a parent to combat that, I'm a big advocate of personal responsibility, is to pack your children's lunches as you would see fit. I understand that a lot of schools are thinking, well, parents are just going to send junk, and that's understandable. But honestly, I don't see very many schools being much better.
I know that when my son was in high school, for example, they were feeding him chicken nuggets and French fries for lunch, and he would come home and just eat and eat and eat and eat. And I'm thinking, you only ate 3 hours ago. What's the deal? I mean, I understand growing kids, but they were just grabbing more snacks and more unhealthy food to fill up their stomachs. And we've heard so much in the news lately about school lunches in the cafeteria being so unhealthy. I agree with you. I think parents should pack their kids' lunches. What should they include in those lunches? What would be a healthy lunch for a child?
It's hard to beat peanut butter and jelly, because especially if you put it on whole wheat bread or whole grain bread, peanut butter that you can get as natural as possible, and a sugar-free jelly is a good choice. You got your protein in the peanut butter, you got the healthy fat, and you got your breads, and then maybe some yogurt, like a Greek yogurt, piece of fruit, maybe some dippable veggies. So basically, you're going to be you're going to be looking for like a lean protein, vegetables, fruit, and that kind of thing.
Okay, I mean, that sounds doable. And
maybe some milk or juice. Yeah.
That's not going to break the bank, I don't think, for most people.
No.
Getting back to the fitness thing, when you're in the gym, and no matter what gym you go to, there's always the trainer that comes over. And I know that they make their money by getting clients, but they don't really give you a program to work on. They say, well, come work on this machine. Let me show you how this machine works. And you were even saying when you walked into the gym, you were kind of like a deer in headlights. How does someone walk into a gym and figure out what kind of program is going to work for them?
You can always go online and look up workout plans. For example, for weight training, a good program, you can get several of them on bodybuilding.com. I still use bodybuilding.com for workouts. They have whole programs designed for beginners all the way up to advanced, and they have videos that demo all the moves. So it is a huge resource. I still do that.
So that's doable. Now, what about alternatives going to the gym? Because honestly, I am one of those people that hate going to the gym. My husband loves it. He loves running. He loves lifting the weights and the whole bit. And I've gone with him a few times. I cannot get into it. I have tried the personal trainer. It's just not my thing. So, and I know I'm not the only one out there, right? Guys, let me know on Facebook. I need Facebook love on this one. So let me know. Yeah, what are some other alternative ways that we can get into that fitness thing?
Well, there's always basic walking. There's running, swimming. Swimming is an awesome thing to do when it's not freezing cold. There's riding a bike. That's awesome right there. But then there's also all kinds of things that you can do at home. I would have to say that your body weight is, even by me, is a vastly underutilized system of weight training, is to just do body weight exercises such as squats, sit-ups, all of those things. You can put together a circuit.
So just using your own body weight?
Yes. You can get an awesome workout just doing body weight. Yes.
Someone once told me if you hate working out and you like watching TV, to combine the two, and at every commercial, stand up and dance.
I have seen workout plans posted on Facebook sometimes, like during the Super Bowl, where they'll say, well, for every touchdown, do 10 push-ups. For every fumble, do 5 sit-ups or burpees or whatever.
What is a burpee? I've heard that before.
A burpee? It's basically where you're standing there, and then you put your hands on the ground, and then you jump your legs out like you're about to do a push-up. Sometimes people will throw in a push-up, sometimes they don't. But then you bring your legs in again, then you jump all the way up, straight up, and then you just kind of, you clap your hands in the air above your head.
Oh, okay. Maybe on the www.thingsinmyheadblog.com, we can post a picture of what a burpee is, maybe in the steps, and that's something that you can do. Now, at my age and my weight, I don't think that's something I'm going to be trying anytime soon. I can dance during the commercials. Sarah, what else can we do to start being healthy? This is a New Year's resolution. Everybody makes this New Year's resolution to start getting fit and eating healthy. What can we do to quick start this so that we can be on our way today?
I heard a really cool idea from my sister-in-law when she was at work. Every time she would go to the restroom, she would do 10 of something, be it squat or mountain climbers or burpees or whatever. And that by the end of the day, she had actually done a lot of exercise. I do that when I'm working around the house. And with food, you can take one thing that you like to eat that's not really healthy and replace it with something that is healthy.
We see that in the commercials all the time where they're saying replace one thing with a yogurt, for example, and that really works.
Sure. Then after you've gotten into that habit, then pick another thing. And because the key is to take it at a pace where every habit you pick up can stick. Don't do everything all at once. You're going to burn out pretty quick. So just make sure everything sticks. If you drink a lot of diet soda, which I've been guilty of, replace it with water or tea or coffee.
Okay. So really good. What about sugars? Big debate online, especially about the whole refined sugar thing, people getting rid of cornstarch in their diet, that sort of thing. What about sugar?
Sugar is not good.
Okay. Yeah. So no sugar, no any kind, not even the raw sugar?
Well, okay. Honey, maple syrup, and such is a better choice for sugar because it is natural. However, sugar is still something that needs to be limited in your diet because unlike other ingredients that you take in, sugar is the one that is the quickest to be converted into fat.
On our website, and Sarah doesn't even know this, but on our website, I'm going to post a video for you to take a look at. Normally, we don't post videos on our website, but I want to post this on our website because this is going to show you the effects of sugar. You need to look at the video, and you will be amazed at, in just a few seconds, what sugar does to your body. And when I post this, I want you to leave me a comment, and I want you to let me know what you're guilty of as far as sugar is concerned. I don't do the diet soda so much anymore. My thing is root beer. I love root beer. Whenever we go out, instead of ordering water, I'll order a root beer. And I guess I need to get out of that habit. Right, Sarah?
I still crave fatty, unhealthy meals, and I still crave my sodas, but the key thing is to have a balanced approach, meaning that instead of thinking to yourself, I can't have that, think to yourself, I am choosing to not have it because my goals are bigger than that cheesecake or it's bigger than that Coke or those chicken fingers. And once you go from being a victim of your diet to being victorious over it, that helps a ton. And then you need to allow yourself to have a cheat meal, maybe once a week, not a cheat day. One day of overeating will undo 3 days of being on plan. So yes, you're spending the rest of your week trying to recover, and so you don't make any progress.
That's crazy because I don't think my listeners actually heard that because of the cell phone, but she said 1 day of cheating can actually undo 3 whole days of eating right and doing the right thing. It sounds like you're just playing catch up, at that point.
You are, and that's why it can be frustrating because you're not making progress, and then it's easy to want to give up.
And we'll be back with more Things in My Head right after this.
Bridgeport Lake Bed and Breakfast outside Dallas, Texas can give you the perfect intermission of warmth and lake activities. From the long stem chocolate rose on your pillow at check-in to the made-to-order breakfast each morning, you'll leave your stress behind and immerse yourself in unparalleled Texas hospitality. Bridgeport Lake Bed and Breakfast. For reservations, call 940-644-0081 or visit us on the internet at www.bridgeportlakebnb.com.
And we're back with Sarah Rosowski, personal fitness trainer, certified nutrition coach.
So how about this? If I choose to eat healthy and then decide that I want a small slice of cheesecake, which is my big weakness. If cheesecake is around, I'm going to have some. Maybe a small, and emphasize on the SMALL, slice of cheesecake, and realize that maybe I might have to do a little bit more exercise or something to get rid of those calories.
Right. Yes. First, I would say don't have cheesecake in your house.
Well, when you go out to somebody else's house, sometimes you do.
Yeah. If you're going to go out and if you're going to have a fancy meal with your spouse or you're going to go to a friend's house, then I say eat the cheesecake because social interaction, fellowship, family. If you think that your eating habits could cause a rift, possibly because you maybe offend somebody or whatever, I say eat the cheesecake.
Okay. Talking about family and friends, the support system, you talk about this
it can be tough.
Yeah, in your testimony, you talk about this. And I want to tell you, I haven't told you yet, but her website is www.clothedwithstrength.me. And we're going to have a link to that on our website at www.thingsinmyheadblog.com. Go there and read her testimony. Read how she got into this. And I call it a testimony because Sarah is a Christian and she does very much so give credit to her faith as helping her to get into fitness and finding that way out of her depression. But the support system, Sarah, some of us just don't have that. And a lot of times our family think that they're being supportive and they're really enabling. How do you get that support when there just seems to be none?
If you don't have the social support, ultimately you have to just say, I'm worth it and I'm going to do what I need to do to make myself feel better.
So, in other words, learn to say no when somebody offers you that candy bar or offers you that extra slice of cake or wants you to go out with them and just have a candy hour, whatever.
Yeah, it's just a matter of establishing proper boundaries and trying to find ways that you can celebrate with your friends and family in a way that does not involve food.
Oh, that's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe go to a movie instead and opt out of the popcorn.
Right. So that you don't want to be with them. You just don't want to eat unhealthy food. You're not saying no to them. Right. You're saying no to the food.
Right. The last blog post that we did, we had an essential oils expert on. And for me, the essential oils have really helped a lot as far as my craving goes. Frankincense is a really good diuretic. If you diffuse that into the air, you just don't get as hungry as often. And if you're going out, you can rub some on your neck and it will help you curb your appetite. You just don't want to eat. If you know you're going to go out someplace where they're going to have food that's unhealthy and that sort of thing, maybe that's something the listeners can do. Sarah, this has been a wealth of information. I know you have tons more of information on your website, www.clothedwithstrength.me. Go there and take a look at Sarah's blog. She's got a ton of information. She's got some links there that you can get some great exercise programs. I was there all morning, actually. And my husband asked me, he goes, are you ever going to get off the computer? And I was thinking, I'm kind of defeating the purpose here because I'm sitting here reading your blog and I'm actually sitting. I'm not doing anything that you're saying to do. So I said, yeah, I got to get up from here. I got to get moving. Yeah, take a little time and read her blog because you're going to get a wealth of information. Sarah, thank you for helping us start and keep our New Year's resolution to get healthy, get fit, and stay that way this year. 2014 is going to be the victory year. I loved what you said. It's time to stop letting your diet and your fitness habits make you a victim and start being victorious. Sarah, thanks again for being with us on Things in My Head.
Thank you.
So that's it for this week at Things in My Head. Remember to go to our blog, www.thingsinmyheadblog.com, and make sure that you click on our sponsors because our sponsor links on the sidebar and in the blog, in the posts that we have, they're the ones that keep the show going for you to listen to. So if you really like the show, click on our sponsors and share it with your friends. Share it with your Facebook friends, share it with family. The more you share it, the more love we get, the more love we get, the more sponsors we get, the more sponsors we get, the longer this show can stay on. So just remember that. We're going to continue with our New Year's resolution series next week. I've got a surprise for you. We're going to have a Huffington Post blogger on our show next week. Until then, we'll see you next time.